Let's see you tear it up!
I think it's no secret that I enjoy the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series.
No shit.
The fact I've been playing this series since before I was able to talk might have something to do with that, although I did start with Pro Skater 2. I never really played the third one until after I finished Underground 1. And by all accounts, Pro Skater 3 is great. So imagine my surprise when nearly 2 decades later I learned there was a version of Pro Skater 3 that came out on the PlayStation 1. Naturally, I had to get my hands on a copy. I ordered a copy of it while I was in college, played through it, then subsequently forgot about it. You know, as you do.
Shit.
Then, cut to a couple months ago where I decided, you know what, I want to 100% this, why not? And in doing so, decided, yeah, might as well do a review of it. But held the idea off for a while, and recently thought with the remaster or reimagining of 3 and 4 right around the corner, I thought, what better time than now? So, shall we begin? Pro Skater 3's PlayStation 1 port was done by both Neversoft and Sheba Games at the same time in 2001, and as one can expect, this PlayStation 1 version is a lot of differences compared to its next-gen counterpart. Aside from that, I have looked up and down, and I have not been able to find a lot of information regarding a lot of the development about Pro Skater 3 on the PlayStation 1, outside of just playing it myself. I haven't been able to find anything from the devs or anything, which is unfortunate.
Dang, man.
This port itself is quite the anomaly, as it's more of a Pro Skater 2.5 than it feels like Pro Skater 3 in its entirety, and the reason I say that is because a lot of stuff feels left over from Pro Skater 2. Big Drop is still in the game, and the CAS system is also pretty much the exact same thing. No, really, look at this. It's the same picture. The order of the levels and their layouts have changed in various ways. I do not know why. Suburbia, you can't even go to the spooky mansion. That's just out of bounds now.
Let me in. Let me in.
A majority of the secret skaters you could unlock in the next-gen versions have also been cut. That means no Darth Maul, no Kelly Slater, no Demoness, and no Ollie the Magic Bum. However, Wolverine is still there, and Officer Dick is also still there, albeit in riot gear for some reason. The timing for reverts also feels ever so slightly different. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like if you've been playing these games for a majority of your life like I have, I feel like you'd notice it pretty quickly when you first start playing. Oh, and in this version, it takes 2 reverts to slow down your momentum rather than the 4 and Pro Skater 3 for every other console, which is just downright bizarre. And in what is, unless I'm missing something, a complete series first, actual fucking murder. Anyway, let's get to some actual talking points. Stringing combos together is surprisingly just as satisfying on this version, and while it's not perfect, it still flows really well, given the hardware it's designed for. I spent countless hours on Canada and Foundry alone on Freeskate, just chaining combos together for the hell of it. Some of the level redesigns are really good. I'd argue some of them are better than the next-gen versions that we ended up getting on the PlayStation 2. My personal favourites being Canada, Rio, and Airport. Canada actually feels more open compared to the one we got on the PlayStation 2, and Rio's secret area feels like you actually have to go out your way to look for it. Not to mention that Airport just goes really hard at night. Much like its next-gen versions as well, towards the latter end of the career mode of this game, it begins to get somewhat more challenging without being completely horseshit, and the first thing that comes to mind when I think of completely horseshit is the sick goals from Project 8.
Shite.
Sometimes I kind of want to die.
Oh, fuck off, you big lamb.
Overall, it's nice to have a fresh perspective on a classic on a different console. About time we start talking about the cons though, and trust me, there are quite a few. The cuts made to the soundtrack kind of blows. Some of the songs have been removed, no doubt because of the space on the old PlayStation 1 discs. And maybe I'm just hearing things, but I swear the way they censor some of the songs is different in a way where it slightly ruins the flow some songs have. It's weird. Here's one that really is my pet peeve. No fucking lip balance meter. What the fuck? Granted, Pro Skater 2 didn't have a lip balance meter or even a grind balance meter, but still, it's just baffling. They put one in the PlayStation 1 release of Pro Skater 4, so I don't know why they didn't do it with the PlayStation 1 release of Pro Skater 3. It's just mind-bogglingly confusing to me.
Smells like pee-pee and poo-poo in here.
Some of the gaps in this version are complete fucking horseshit, especially the Zen Mind gap in Suburbia. I am convinced that you need moon gravity or some shit for that, because you bail to hit the wall 90% of the damn time. That gap alone took me at least like 3 or 4 days to finally nail it, and even when I did get it, I was drunk, so I probably couldn't do that again.
Time to give myself even more black lung.
Ah!
Ah!
Fucking keep bashing into the wall, can. Another thing I'm not too fond of as well, although I can kind of understand it, is the cut levels that were in the next gen version that didn't make it into this version. I really like Cruise Ship and was super gutted when I played this and found out that they didn't have some kind of PlayStation 1 rendition of it. Not to mention the lack of the Pro Skater 1 bonus levels that were also in the next gen version. Considering they had only so much disk space to work with for a PlayStation 1 game, I understand why they were cut. Although I'll give them credit, Downhill is somewhat decent, but I wouldn't say it's a good trade-off. Especially when Shabba Games would later reuse the general layout of Downhill for the level of the same name in the PlayStation 2 port of Project 8. No, seriously, check this out. You cannot tell me that there wasn't at least an inspiration for it. Overall, this version is fine. It's not great, it's not terrible, it's just fine.
Okay.
It's pretty neat for the hardware it's put on, but I wouldn't say it's better than the PlayStation 2 or PC versions. It's definitely the version you would have bought at the time if you couldn't afford a PlayStation 2. Would I recommend it? Sure, if you're curious enough. It's an interesting take on Pro Skater 3 that's just about different enough for it to warrant some attention, but sure as shit not enough to replace the next-gen versions that we did get. Finding a copy of it should be easy enough. Just order it online, check your local game shops, or just fucking download it from somewhere. I don't care. You do you, man. Cheers for sticking around for more of my bullshit. I'll see you in the next one.
No, seriously, why does it smell like caca and wee-whiz in here?